Good Thursday morning to you, Show Nation. Let's jump right into Wednesday's baseball action. Looking first at the NL East, the Diamondbacks combined to give up just 5 hits as they took down the Fish in Miami 2-1. The Mets totaled 11 hits as a team as they beat the Braves in Atlanta 12-6. The Nationals pitched well, allowing 3 hits as they got the best of the Phillies in Citizens Bank Park 3-1. Miguel Sano was hot at the plate, collecting 3 hits in the game as Minnesota defeated the Cubs 3-1. The Cardinals got together to allow 4 hits as they got past the Reds in Cincinnati 5-1. The Brewers dropped 4 home runs in this one as they sank the visiting Buccos 7-6. The Rockies allowed only 5 hits as they grabbed a victory over the Padres at Petco Park 3-2. The Dodgers pounded out 17 hits in this one as they grabbed a win in extras over the Giants 8-7. The Blue Jays got 11 overall hits as they got the victory in extra innings over the Red Sox 7-5. Austin Meadows plated 5 on the day with 2 big flies, helping lead the Rays to a win over the Yankees 12-4. The Baltimore Orioles put together 10 hits total as they grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 11-10. The Detroit Tigers combined to allow only 4 hits as they beat the Tribe in Cleveland 2-1. The White Sox totaled 13 hits as a team as they defeated the A's in Oakland 5-4. The Seattle Mariners finished off a 3-game sweep as they grabbed the win over the Rangers in Arlington 9-7. The Angels brought out the brooms in a 3-game sweep as they got a win over the Astros in Houston 3-2. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll be back here tomorrow and all season long.
From the newest ballpark on the Major League landscape, there's a look inside Marlins Park in Miami. Today, it's the finale of this 4-game set between the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Miami Marlins. Who's going to win the battle between these two? We'll see next. Caleb Smith will be on the mound for Game 4. Eric, any thoughts?
Well, guys, this will be his 2nd start of the season. In his first start, he already got himself in the win column. He'll be looking to add to that here.
David Peralta will take his first swings here, and as you can see, not a lot going right for him offensively here in this first month of the year.
6.
Underway at the ballpark this afternoon as the first pitch is in there for strike 1. These Marlins, EK, as they take the field here this afternoon, it was another loss for them last time out, and that makes them 2-8 over their last 10 games.
And it hasn't been the best start to the series for him either, or for the homestand for that matter. They're going to need to come up with something here to try and salvage at least 1 game in this 4-game series.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And a half swing that time, but it's a full swing in the eyes of the umpire, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Time now to look at the Diamondbacks' starting lineup. Who are you focused on, EK?
Well, you've really got to appreciate the incredible talent of Paul Goldschmidt. He's a guy you cannot fall asleep on when he gets on board because he will run on you. He's in the top 5 in steals in the National League, and we'll see if he can add to his total in this one.
Eduardo Escobar will stand in, and you can see that early season average up into the high 300s now. Tried to hold back, but this is popped up, and there's out number 2. Now that we have a chance, let's give you a look at the Miami D. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric?
Well, guys, the center fielder in this one, as good as anybody out there in the field. Has a lot of speed, can cover a lot of ground, and most importantly, he's very reliable.
A.J. Pollock will get his first shot here. Couple of hits in 4 trips last night. And he'll take strike 1 on the fastball, registering at 93 that time. So let's take a peek at the umpiring crew working this one. Behind the plate is Eric Summersgill.
You know, Summersgill has a bit of a reputation for having a fat strike zone. But I don't think that really applies to all corners. Also, I've been told that he's pretty consistent with what he does and doesn't call.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. 2 out, nobody on. He's fallen behind now. 3-1. 4 pitches. Fast, slow, fast, slow. EK, you thinking fastball here?
It seems to fit the pattern, but you better not get too predictable out there. Guys will catch on quick.
Good battle continues as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count remains 3-2. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Pretty well struck high and deep to left field. Back goes Chu. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. So 1-2-3 go the Diamondbacks. And now the Marlins will have a crack at things. No score. Taijuan Walker is the man on the mound for the 4th game of the series. EK, what do you got?
Well, Matty, he was not real effective in his last start. He gave up 9 hits. Going to have to limit that here in this one.
Shin-Soo Choo comes to the plate to lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Leading off for the Marlins.
And maybe trying to get him off stride at the plate, so he'll step out and ask for time. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball one. EK, these Diamondbacks, as they begin play, they've been in a nice little groove, winning 3 of their last 4 games.
And obviously, that includes taking the first 3 games of this series as well. So they're out looking for the sweep here in the finale.
And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
And on 2-0, this is where he's the most dangerous up there. I know it's a fastball count, but I would maybe think about something else.
Now here's a ball hit in the air to straightaway right field. This ball's got plenty of carry to it, and it is out of here. So it's a solo home run to lead off the bottom of the first, as the Marlins will take a 1-0 lead.
Boy, I want you to check out the location of where this pitch is in the strike zone. It's up and it's right down the middle. I mean, maybe you get away with that to a 220 hitting backup catcher, but not to a guy like this.
Batting second.
Here's Starlin Castro. As he'll take one up in the zone, but indeed in the strike zone for the first strike. He'll enter play here with that average down in the low 200s. 1 home run and a couple RBIs. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Peralta on the move. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. Time now for a glance at the Marlins lineup card in this one. How do they get back into the win column, Psycho?
Well, I think they have to understand where they're playing. This is a great pitcher's ballpark, so you're not going to go out there trying to hit the light towers with everything you swing at. Make solid contact, move the line, and play a little bit more small ball.
Walker's ready. Here's the first pitch. Brian Anderson comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1.
Yeah, and I don't think I'd be in any big hurry to challenge this guy again. I'd see if I could make him go out of the zone, maybe chase a bad pitch.
Now a splitter, and he lays off a ball and a strike. Liner toward right center, and that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Well, he's been a little slow out of the blocks here to start the season, but that looks a little better there as this is a sharp base hit.
He's set. Here it comes. Hit the other way out toward right field. Peralta is there. 2 down. And with a quick breather here, let's bring in a look at the defensive alignment for the Diamondbacks. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, somebody you don't want to test in this outfield, the left fielder. Got a very good arm, very aggressive, charges balls extremely well, and covers a lot of ground.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. JT Realmuto is at the plate as he looks at ball 1. Two out with the man at first. He swings at the fastball here and lifts it into the air to shallow center. And that'll get down for a base hit.
Batting 6.
Monty Harrison will stand in, getting the start here despite being out of the lineup last night. Looking to minimize the damage here. Drilled right back up the middle. And that's through into center field. Base hit. Long throw to the plate. But this is well up the line, and he's safe at home plate. Ryan Rip
Batting seventh,
stands in with another first inning RBI opportunity in store.
Yeah, and this has been an impressive first inning for these guys, and you know they'd love to tack one on here.
First offering on its way. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball one.
Well, this first inning's been a rough one already. He needs an out here in the worst way.
And you don't want to get caught having to play catch up this early in the ball game. So you're right. He's got to work his way out of this jam right now.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. And a breaking ball falls in there for a strike. It's 1-1.
That's a major league curveball there. Now, let's take a while to get used to, believe me.
Runners at second and third with 2 gone. Check swing, no swing, says the home plate umpire. Ball 2. Started to chase that time, but then he wisely holds off for ball 3. Line hard down the line and right. But this will land foul as he didn't miss by much. Drilled to the right side. And that is into right field. A base hit. In to score the runner from third. And the throw in gets away from him. And now there's no happier person in the ballpark. Ryan Rip has just recorded his first hit as a big leaguer. And as you'd expect would happen, there's the ball being sent into the dugout. Someone will tuck it away for him to put in his trophy case.
And you know, Matt, nothing can quite prepare you for this kind of moment. Of course, as a player, you always expect to do well. And in your head, you've got a certain idea of what it's going to feel like. But there's quite a difference between imagining how it's going to feel and then actually getting that first hit.
Standing in now, Caleb Smith. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. Would you say he's not really finishing his pitches at this point?
That's a good way to put it. It looks like he's aiming a little too much, and that's not working for him.
A high strike there, and it's 1-1. And a half-hearted attempt that time as he broke the plane of the plate. It's a ball and 2 strikes now. Got him looking, and that ends the inning. So they nearly bat around here as 8 men come to the plate, and they push across 4 runs. Second inning coming up here in South Florida. It's the Marlins 4 and the Diamondbacks nothing. Paul Goldschmidt will dig in now. Off to a slow start, as you see there. Just barely over the 200 mark here in April. Into the windup and the pitch. And a fastball's in there for strike 1.
Well, you got to be feeling pretty good out there on the mound. His guy's got him a 4 spot to work with in the first inning, so you got to figure he's going to be out there pounding the strike zone.
Strike 2 on the curveball. 0-2.
Yeah, and it's tough enough to hit 95-plus mile-an-hour fastballs. That curve gives you something else to think about altogether.
And a classic 0-2 pitch as the changeup misses low, and it's 1-2 now.
And that's his strikeout pitch right there. You know, you'll see a lot of guys swing right over the top of that one. That's a great job there just to hold off.
Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first down.
And obviously, any time you can strike this guy out, you'll take it. I mean, he runs like a greyhound. So even routine grounders can sometimes be turned into base hits. Not when you're not making contact, though.
Into the box now, Nick Ahmed. As he will take a look at strike one on a fastball right down the pipe. The batting average clearly not where he wants it to be. 1 home run and a pair of RBIs. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
He's found a pretty nice rhythm out here early on.
Smoke toward the hole, and that is through into right field for a single.
With some guys, it doesn't matter if it's 0-2 or 2-0. They take the same approach either way. Well, this right here is one of those guys, and he comes through from being down in the count.
Alex Avila stands in as he looks at a called strike. Oh, he breaks off a beauty there. 0-2 now.
Oh, man, he must have been looking for something else. That was a curveball that had "hit me" written all over it, and he couldn't pull the trigger.
And he got him.
And, you know, when you got a 4-run lead on the mound, get ahead in the count, and then make them fish for something. I mean, that's just classic pitching strategy right there.
Into the box, Steven Souza, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
Well, got him to swing out of his shoes on that one. 0-2.
Boy, when he's got that thing going good, it just takes a nosedive right at the end.
And smart to lay off there as the fastball misses. It's 1-2 now. A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. And a good take there. Close, but it's 2-2.
And the hope was that he would have chased one of those pitches, but now on 2-2, I don't think you fool around anymore.
Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. One left for Arizona. They're on the short end of a 4-0 score. Joe Lee strides into the box now to lead off the home half of the second inning.
You know, guys, I love a guy like this leading off an inning for you. He makes good contact, and he can run.
And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball one. Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. Walker gets the sign. Here's the 1-1. Grounded softly to the right. Gonna be a tough play. And he barely gets to the bag in time, and a close play for out number 1.
Yeah, you know, this one was always shaping up to be a foot race. But that's a nice job of knowing that he's got to hurry a little bit as he wins the race to the bag.
Shin-Soo Choo at the plate now, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. Cut fastball above the letters, a ball and a strike. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. And a splitter here, but he had a bit too much on it as this bounces up to the plate. And he'll try to hold back, but he won't be able to, as that's ruled a swing, and there are 2 away now.
You know, and this is one of the few downsides to being a guy with tremendous strength at the plate. Once you get that thing started, it's really hard to put on the brakes, and he winds up breaking the plane right here, and that's strike 3.
Here's Starlin Castro. Fly ball heading for the alley. And that'll get down out there for extra bases. And he will stroll in there standing with a 2-out double.
Well, you got to start a streak somewhere, and he's well into this one now. A 6-game hit streak with that base hit. He's swinging the bat pretty good right now.
Brian Anderson will get an opportunity here in a run-scoring spot now following the 2-out double.
And this is really where you earn your money. Runner on second, 2 outs. Let's see what he can do here.
Fastball. Whoa, look out. That just about got him in the coconut. For Castro, the double was his 3rd of the season here in this first month. Off the corner with the splitter, it's 2-0. Very patient here in these opening few innings.
And I think that's exactly what they're going to need to do. The more hitters counts that you can get yourself in, the more fastballs you're going to see. And this is a good fastball hitting team.
3-0 now.
Well, I think he got the pitch he was looking for right there, but not in the right location. So that's a great job of just holding up the swing.
A strike, and it's 3-1.
Still a base open here, so you don't have to come in with one if you don't want to.
Grounder down the line at 3rd. And this gets right through him, and that may be a run. And the runner from second is in to score. Now a 5-0 lead.
Well, it looked like this inning was just about in the books, but then you get the 2-out double to put the man in scoring position. Next hitter follows that up with a base hit here and makes something out of the inning after all.
Action now in the Arizona bullpen as they have a right-hander up and throwing. In now, number 16. Line toward the alley in left center. In there, a base hit. So now they'll have runners on the corners with 2 away.
And so far, he's throwing a lot of fastballs here early in the count. These guys have picked up on that, so they're just going up there looking for the hard stuff, and they've been all over him.
Stepping in now, JT Realmuto. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball 1.
Well, you know, 3 straight hits are bad enough, but now he's making things even worse by falling behind the next guy.
Hot shot towards the hole. And a base hit, and that'll get the run in from 3rd.
Things are not going any better for him this inning either. That's 6 runs he's given up so far, and I don't think I've seen anything that tells me he's about to turn things around.
Now the Diamondback skipper's up out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And we're going to have a pitching change, as that's going to be all for his starter this afternoon. So it's an early shower here this afternoon, as this will not go down as one of his better outings. Ruby De La Rosa is going to come on now here in just the 2nd inning, so he'll likely be asked to work a few innings here. Monty Harrison gets a shot now with deuces all around. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 2. Hit hard back up the middle, and that's in there. Base hit around 3rd and being waved on home. And he will beat the throw home. It's a 7-0 contest.
You gotta like your chances when you put up 7 runs early in a ball game. They are off to a hot start, no doubt about it.
Ryan Rip will step in now with 3 home in the inning and another 2 men out there on base.
This inning's really starting to unravel quickly from a defensive point of view. This is where you need a nice pop-up in a big way.
Here's a look over to first. And he'll get back in safely.
Why not? Make him get dirty.
He's set and the pitch. And they go right after him on the inside corner for strike one. 3 runs already home here. Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Frozen on strike 3 for the final out of the inning. So they strike for 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and a couple of men left on. Back at Marlins Park for the 3rd inning as we get a nice aerial view of Miami Beach's Art Deco district. Ketel Marte will lead things off here with his guys down 7 in the early going. Steve Lyons, how do you come back from a deficit like that?
Well, I think slowly. I mean, yeah, ideally a 10-run inning would be great, but you've got time on your side. You don't need to try to get it all back at once. Just pack away. A couple runs here, a couple runs there. Get yourself into slam range. That's 4 runs down. And, you know, it's pretty safe to say that anytime you give a guy 7 runs of support here in the first half of a ball game, he's probably going to be okay out there. And he gets the first out of this inning here.
Ruby De La Rosa stands in as he can't connect here. 0-1. The windup and the 0-1. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Yeah, a couple of mid-90s fastballs, and he hasn't been close on either one of them.
Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2.
Yeah, that's the put-away curveball. A great pitch with 2 strikes. You start it in the zone and then let it work out and see if he'll chase.
Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. Still 2-2. Fly ball out to straightaway right field. And they'll put it away now without much of a problem. 2 gone now here in the 3rd.
If these guys want to keep hitting fly balls, I think he'll be happy with that. Especially when it's the guys down near the bottom of the lineup.
David Peralta will get his 2nd shot at it now. He was called out on strikes to open up the ball game. Fastball runs a bit inside here. It's 1-0. That evens it up 1-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. A ball and 2 strikes to count now with the bases empty and 2 away. Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. Diamondbacks down in order. They're down by a touchdown, 7-0. Caleb Smith digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
Well, guys, they jumped out to that big lead early on in this game, but you really can't get comfortable. You have to keep putting pressure on.
Ball 1. Line toward right center. Solid base hit for him, his first of the afternoon.
Boy, and just when you think you're all set up with the pitcher leading off an inning, this happens. Just goes to show you, you take anyone for granted up there, they can come back and hurt you.
Standing in, Joe Lee. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Yeah, ground out last time, but you know, with his speed, that's kind of a big part of the way he plays the game. Put the ball on the ground and force the defense to make a clean, quick play on him, because if they don't, he's safe.
And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1.
That thing's coming in there hot. 96 miles an hour.
Hard hit ball to second, right to him. The second for one, on to first, and they get them both.
Now batting.
Wow, that is a very quick turn up the middle there. This is not a guy that you're going to double up all that often. But you see the good feed and then the strong return throw, and they're indeed able to roll him up.
Shin-Soo Choo at the plate now, as he lays off a fastball too low for ball one. Two out, nobody on. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. Grounded back up the middle. That gets through, and he'll reach base again on his second base hit of the game.
Boy, you talk about a ball having eyes. First off, he's fortunate to get this one by the pitcher. It's not hit especially hard, but you'll see it get past second base where neither middle infielder can track it down. And it'll make its way into center field.
Here's Starlin Castro. Runner goes for second. Pitch outside the throw. And he is out at second. Caught stealing to end the inning. Nothing doing for the Marlins, but they're still in control, 7-0. Eduardo Escobar is ready here as we begin the top of the fourth.
Well, they still aren't even on the board yet, so this leadoff guy needs to get on so they can manufacture a run.
We'll join this one here in the bottom of the sixth, already in progress. Caleb Smith comes to the plate now, likely due to the large. Joe Lee will stand in again. A couple of groundouts for him on the ledger in his two trips so far.
Yeah, just sort of rolling over on it, guys. See if you can make a small adjustment and get through one here.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And he begins the at-bat with a knuckle curve looked at for strike one. Really a good job so far by this guy out of the bullpen.
Yeah, he's come in and really put his stamp on this game. He's thrown a lot of strikes. That's what you want.
On the ground up the middle. Oh, that one deflects off him. I think it got his arm. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely. And now there's no happier person in the ballpark. Joe Lee has just recorded his first hit as a big leaguer. And as you'd expect would happen, there's the ball being sent into the dugout. Someone will tuck it away for him to put in his trophy case.
And you know, Matt, nothing can quite prepare you for this kind of moment. Of course, as a player, you always expect to do well. And in your head, you've got a certain idea of what it's going to feel like. But there's quite a difference between imagining how it's going to feel and then actually getting that first hit.
Action in the bullpen now as a right-hander begins to throw out there. Here's the first pitch to him. And there he goes towards second. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. And a terrific effort out there as he's able to chase that a long way for the second out. On to first, and they get the double play. One hit's all they get. We're through six full. It's the Marlins 7 and the D-backs 1. Paul Goldschmidt will stand in to lead off the inning. Middle third of the lineup, 4, 5, and 6 as they try to get something going.
And this whole lineup's been pretty quiet all game long. Just the one run. That's it.
Brian Ellington will come in now working with a huge lead, so he'll just look to get some work in here.
Brian Ellington.
Time to jump ahead to the bottom of inning number 8 now. Garcia will stand in now as he'll be getting his first plate appearance in this one here in the 8th. Joe Lee gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Couldn't quite hold back that time as the changeup fooled him for strike 1. Cut fastball, and he's got to lean out of the way of that one. Here's the 1-1. Starts to go around, but the home plate umpire says he held up ball 2.
Boy, what a nice job so far of working himself into a hitter's count. Now he can go to work on maybe picking up that 2-out RBI out of the 9-hole.
Swing and a looper to left. Souza over to his right. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Marlins strand a pair. They're on top 7-1. Paul Goldschmidt will stand in now, hoping to get on track as they've been able to neutralize his power out of the cleanup spot. 0 for 3 thus far.
Well, guys, it just hasn't been his day. You know, sometimes cleanup hitters are sort of all-or-nothing type hitters. But hey, he's still got a chance to make an impact on this game right now.
Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1.
Here's a guy that understands. It's all about getting on base at this point. So good idea there just to wait for strike one.
1-2 now as that one's fouled off. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 is an off-speed pitch. No dice. It's 2-2. Marlins have some action in the bullpen now as a right-hander is up and throwing. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball. 1 gone. 2 outs away from a victory here that you'd have to say will be a rather convincing one.
You know, Matt, in every phase of the game, hitting, pitching, defense, it all favors the home side here. Top to bottom, they've been the better team.
Nick Ahmed is into the box now. He hit one over the wall back in the 5th. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1. Who pulled the string and had him way out in front, a ball and a strike. Credit where credit's due. This guy's done a good job out of the bullpen.
No question. He's been able to hold that lead, and these guys really haven't threatened him at all.
Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time, out number 2.
You know, and unless these guys can turn things around quickly, it's starting to look like this winning streak's going to come to an end at 3 games.
Alex Avila stands in, looking to put the bat on the ball for a change here, with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. First delivery to him on the way. Now a first pitch changeup here. Too far inside. It's 1-0. Now a swing, and he pops him up, and this should do it. Garcia is there for it, makes the catch, and that's the ball game.
Yeah, and you know, this home crowd is going to get to drive home happy as their guys come through with a very good win.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory. Well, you always hope to get a good outing from your starting pitcher, but this man went above and beyond in this one. He's our top player of the game.
Yeah, not the longest outing he'll ever have. He only made it 6 full innings, but he definitely brought his good stuff to the ballpark, and he winds up helping his guys get out of here with a victory.
So that's a wrap here this afternoon. For EK, Psycho, and the rest of our crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, log on to theshowNation.com.